Good afternoon, class. I want to start by apologizing for my voice in this video, and I kind of look a little bit rough, but my children and I have been battling between COVID and strep this week, and today's the first day that I have a voice, which worked out pretty great because today the video is due. But I had some time this week to go over the competencies and the ASCA, the school performance, and the appraisal, and I wanted to share some of my personal strengths and weaknesses as I went over this. So, starting out in the appraisal form, I went over my mindsets and I found a lot of strengths there. I was able to rate most things a 3. I think that there was only one that I gave a 2, and it was that I demonstrate my belief that the school counseling programs promote and enhance the student academic, career, and social and emotional outcomes. Sometimes in the district that I live in, it seems like the school counseling programs aren't doing enough, or there's not enough resources or funding. And I need to work on, even though those things might not be available, I can still demonstrate that the programs do these things, even if I'm not seeing the outcome of it. And that's one thing that I rated myself a little bit lower on. And then we got down to the professional responsibilities, the professional foundation. I believe that there were a lot of things in there that were strengths for me personally. Applying legal and ethical principles is one of my strengths that I was able to identify. I've spent a lot of time going over the ethics and the ethical standards for school counselors and making sure that when I'm working with students and in that environment and even outside of it, that I am maintaining a level of professionalism and following the ethical codes for school counselors. And I also rated myself high for the professional standards and competencies, something that I found not really a weakness, but that I rated lower on was using the ASCA mindsets and behaviors for student success to inform the implementation of the school counseling program, which includes selecting ASCA mindsets and behaviors to address the student needs and demonstrated in data. This is something that I need to work on. This is just an area of growth for me, prioritizing the mindsets and behaviors and aligning them with the school improvement goals. And I plan to do that by just being more aware and diligent in that area, focusing more on those things that I see that I don't really do because I have spent time in the counselor role and under a provisional license, and then also in practicum. And this is something that I can work on. And moving on, let's see, going down to the direct and indirect services. Since I've had a chance to work in the school, I did rate myself a little bit higher in some of those, feeling that I am competent in those areas. One thing that, to start off with, that I put lower was designing and implementing instruction aligned to the ASCA mindset and behaviors for student success in class, large, small, and individual settings. I can work on this. Like I previously mentioned, I haven't really aligned much with the mindsets and behaviors as I should. This isn't something that was really taught in my school or anything that my supervisor had passed down. So kind of looking at this is newer for me, and I'm excited to move forward and implement these things. So going down a little bit further is the planning and assessment. I do find that I have a lot of strengths in that area, such as identifying the gaps in achievement and attendance and discipline. That's something that is very big in our school. Our school struggles with attendance, and we're in a poverty area, very rural. But I have been able to identify a lot of different gaps over the last 2 years working in the school and develop programs for attendance, and I've led small groups and things like that. So I believe that that is a strength that I have. Something that may be a weakness, though, is it was under number 5 in that same category, assesses and reports program results to the school community. This is definitely an area that I could improve in, and an action plan for that is to collaborate with other staff and administration and see what I could really do to be promoting this in the community. I found all of this very informative, though, and I kind of connected it with an article that I had found, and it was by Che 2020. And this article was talking about how competencies serve as a valuable tool for us as counselors and for the students, kind of guiding them to approach their actions and their thoughts with a future oriented perspective. So a means to an end, and how it's important to align everything with the AC or ASCA mindsets and behaviors. The article, it was very informative, and I will include it in the resources because it's something that you might want to look into. But overall, I feel like I learned a lot about my strengths in this program and a lot of my weaknesses, and just coming up with a plan on how to work on these things, how to collaborate with other people in the school and move forward in this journey. But thank you.